Hello, and welcome to the Zoom recording of Dark Side of the Moon by Adam Rusch. As a warning to those viewing this production, there may be triggers for those who struggle with depression. If you need to, feel free to close out the video at any time. As this is an original piece of work, the Playwright asks that you do not use this video for commercial purposes unless given the express written consent of the Playwright. This production is a reading. As such, most movements are limited to the frame of the camera of each actor. So the focus is on the body language and facial expression of the actors, and primarily on the language of the script. Thank you, and enjoy. Present day, therapist's office.
Mr. Fengari. Mr. Fengari, why are you here? Why do you keep coming here if you never speak? Are you anxious? Are you afraid of couches? Was it a dare? There has to be some reason you aren't talking. Won't you at least let me hear what your voice sounds like? You can yell if you'd like, Mr. Fengari.
My name is Ben.
Right, Ben. Well, why don't you let me in on your secret? Or shall we let time expire for the 8th straight time without you uttering a single word about what's actually bothering you?
My work made me come. They told me not to come back until I got a note from you saying that I've made significant progress. So the sooner you sign that note, the sooner I can be out of your hair.
Well, the sooner you make significant progress, the sooner I can sign that note. I take my job seriously, and you should too.
But I don't need therapy. I'm doing just fine.
Obviously, because everybody that is doing just fine is mandated by their place of employment to see a therapist. Where exactly do you work?
Coleman Steel and Welding, and you can address the note to Mr. Jones.
Thank you. I will keep that in the back of my mind for when you have improved.
You really do like taking on people's emotional baggage, don't you? You really want to hear all my problems.
No, you want me to hear all your problems.
Why?
Because words have power, Ben Fengari, and speaking them aloud lets us start to work with reality instead of perception or the imaginary. But it looks like our time is about up for this session. Perhaps next time we can start with a more sharing attitude.
All right, fine.
There we go. Goodbye, Ben.
2 years ago, October, inside the Fengari home.
Hi.
Hey.
How was work?
It was rough, but good. After today, though, I'm going to need a whole month off.
Well, I'm proud of you for doing such a good job today. As for the day off, I'm sure we can treat you nice enough here at home that you'll be able to return to work as soon as tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Shh, relax, Mr. Fengari. We'll have you feeling better in no time. Nice.
Nice.
I have something to tell you.
What?
It involves a 4-letter word starting with B.
Boat? Are we finally going to get that boat we've been talking about for years?
No.
Oh, darn. Farm? You're not thinking of starting a farm, are you?
No. Are you going to keep guessing or do you want me to tell you?
I think I'll keep guessing. Let's see.
Oh, will you?
No, go ahead and tell me.
Are you ready?
If you wait any longer, I might have to tickle it out of you.
Okay. I'm pregnant.
What?
I found out this morning after you left for work.
That's fantastic.
Isn't it though?
Yeah. We're going to be parents.
I know.
So what was up with all the relax, Mr. Fengari, and the massage?
I thought I'd get you in the right mood to hear it.
There's just one thing wrong with it.
What's that?
Pregnant isn't a 4-letter word that starts with a B.
Duh, baby is though.
Yeah, I know, I was only teasing. So when does the baby come?
I'm 7 weeks along. The due date is June 11th.
Wow. When do we find out its gender?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. Around 20 weeks, so another 3 months.
Oh, another 3 months before we find out we're having a son, huh?
Or a girl.
Yeah, or a girl. What are we going to name it?
I've got a whole list of baby names. Let's see. If it's a girl, we've got Abigail, Caitlin, Eloise, Emma, Hannah, Miranda, Rose, Sadie, or Samantha.
What about if it's a boy?
Boys, let's see. Alexander, Carson, David, Eric, Jack, Nathan, Samuel, Spencer, Travis, or William.
I guess from those names, I like William and Eloise the best.
Little Eloise.
Or William.
Or William.
I'm excited.
Me too.
So, do you want to eat some ice cream to celebrate?
Sounds great. You know, for a second there, I didn't think that you were excited for our baby.
Oh, well, what's not to be excited about? I mean, babies are cute and sweet.
Yeah, but they're also messy, fussy, and a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't excited right away, but I think I can get excited. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way so we can get to the good stuff. How much does a baby cost?
Oh,
What?
the average is about $30K, including delivery and care before and after.
And that's before they're even a year old. Oh, geez. What did we get ourselves into?
Don't be too hasty to dub it as the worst decision ever.
All right. Well, when does the baby start walking?
About 9 to 10 months after birth. They start talking a little bit after that. Before they start talking, they babble. I just love the sounds a baby makes. Their cute little giggle and raspberries they blow.
Yeah, babies are cute. But what about the huge responsibility they are? I mean, what made us decide we could handle one of these things?
We didn't. But think of the great adventure this will be. Think of how happy we'll be when we see them for the first time. When they crawl, when they walk, when they talk, when they eat. Think of how happy we'll be when we realize that they're ours and that we're helping to raise and create a beautiful human being. That's something that we created together is living, breathing, and playing. Then we'll realize that love is something we created.
Well, when you put it like that,
I'm making an executive decision that we're ready to start this journey. Are you ready?
ready or not,
Here she comes.
or he.
Or he.
Present day, Dr. Turner's office.
Then one night I was setting up the baby's crib.
Sorry to interrupt, Ben, but my next patient has been waiting for 5 minutes. I'm enjoying the story so far, and I look forward to our next visit, but for now, we'll have to put it on pause. Is that all right?
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry for going over time.
That's completely fine. I'm glad you're finally opening up. I'll write down where you stopped so we can pick up right where you left off next time.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Turner.
You're welcome. And Ben, remember to do your journal entries.
Yeah, sure, Doc. See you next time.
Same day, outside in Saul's car.
Hey, sorry. How'd it go today?
Just unlock the car, would you?
That good, huh? Did he ask about your childhood?
No. Will you please unlock the car?
Sure. Did she ask about your parents?
No. Let's go.
Hold on a minute. Did you even talk today?
Yes. Now let's go.
That's great.
Yeah, so great, Saul. Can we get back to the apartment now?
Sure, yeah.
Like, right now?
Sorry, yeah, of course. Yeah. So how's that new job coming along?
I'm on probation. They're paying me half wages until I can come back.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's a good job. My work would just not pay me.
Yeah, well, It's work. It's not quite what we had going back in the day.
Yeah, now there was an idea. A fully automated chef system. Do you want to start it back up? I bet we could get some improvements to our product, like making sure the pancake doesn't flip into the orange juice this time. Or we could design something new, like, I don't know, alarm clock projector. Get it back up on its feet.
No, thanks, Saul. I'm done with the engineering entrepreneurship game.
Well, would you mind if I did it?
A little bit. I mean, it was our thing. We started with my design.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're right. You know, Ben, you could be in a much better job if you wanted to be.
I know.
So why don't you just get a better job in the field you love?
Because I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I just can't, Saul.
Why? Because you like working in the steel mill?
No.
You like hard grunt work?
No, it's not that.
Is it because you're afraid of the time commitment?
Saul,
Yeah, Ben.
it's complicated.
So explain it to me.
It's
Go on.
It's because I don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it. I'm a failure. Before my dad died, he told me that if you fail at home, you failed everywhere else.
This is also the same guy who insisted that if you enjoyed your job, it was just a hobby, right?
Yeah, but
So he wasn't always right, but you don't have to take that failure upon yourself forever.
so you admit that I failed.
Listen, Ben, I don't know all of the circumstances behind what happened with Tory and Eloise, but I know everyone comes up short sometimes. And sometimes that turns into something big. Doesn't mean you should let it define you. The only way we can survive is to take our failures and learn how to improve for next time. I think maybe it's time you took a lesson from this thing and move on.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, let's go. I already ordered some pizza. Should be here soon.
Last year, January, the Fengari home.
Okay, so this is piece A. Then this is piece B. Attach piece A to piece B using screw 0021 in each of the pre-drilled holes. Screw 0021. Which one is that? Ah, I guess it's this one.
Hey, how's it coming?
It's hopeless.
Is it?
Can you tell me if this is screw 0021?
I think it might be screw 0161.
Oh, it's useless. There's no way I can build it. Why don't they just have one size of screw?
Oh, come on. You're an engineer. Surely you can build a crib for our baby. You built our bed frame in one day.
Yeah, the whole day.
But you did it.
If this were a circuit board, I could tell the difference between two resistors. Why can't I tell the difference between two screws?
Here, I can help pick out the screws. Here's screw 0021.
But that one looks exactly like the same one that I picked up.
No, see, the head is different.
Whatever. Anyway, we need to connect piece A to piece B.
Then
What?
I think that's piece A and piece D.
Oh, for the love. You think it's funny?
Yes, it's hilarious.
Well, then why don't you build it yourself?
Because I'm the one growing the baby. Besides, I appreciate the help of my husband and the father of our child.
If I can't even build a crib, then how am I going to be the father our child needs?
Ben, look at me. Just because you can't do a little thing like building a crib by yourself, which is not your field of expertise, doesn't mean that you won't be a good father to our child. We're a team. I can pick out the pieces and you can assemble them. I can take a turn getting up with the baby. You can take a turn.
Okay, little William, I'll build your crib.
Or Eloise.
Yeah. Friday, right?
Right.
Do you think they'll like me?
Of course they will. You're their dad.
But say that they don't.
Ben, they will love you as long as you are the man that I know you to be. Stop worrying about it and just be you.
You think so? Even though I can't build their crib?
Even though you can't build their crib quickly.
I just worry, Like, what if I can't teach them how to walk right? What if I'm not patient enough? What if they starve or are malnourished because I'm not feeding them the right stuff?
Ben, calm down. I have these worries too. I think that what we need to do is realize that every parent has those worries. And most parents just learn how to deal with them. It's a learning process. My parents would always say that I was just one big experiment. They tried things out. Sometimes they worked and sometimes they didn't. And I don't love them any less for it. And besides, I turned out all right, didn't I?
Well, I'm kidding. You turned out great. So we just wait?
Waiting seems like the best option right now, doesn't it?
I suppose so. We have plenty of time to freak out later.
Yeah, I suppose we do.
Okay. So where was that screw 0161? I need it for this rod here.
It's over here.
Last year, May, the Fengari home.
Hey, what was that for? You're really growing to be so strong, Eloise. We can't wait to meet you. I wonder whose eyes you'll have. I hope you have thick, long hair. You better with all the heartburn you've been giving mommy. You won't grow up too fast, right?
How are my two girls?
We're doing fine, although she won't stop kicking me.
Where?
Everywhere. Specifically right here. Can't you see her foot?
Oh, I see. You're so lucky to be able to know she's there and well. It's like you get to know her in a way that I never will.
It's very painful and startling because I don't know when she's going to do it.
Well, I'm jealous.
Oh, jealous, huh? Do you want to be the one who carries the baby
Sure.
and pushes it out a small opening in your body?
Oh. No, I'll have to pass. I'll leave that part to you.
That's what I thought. She kicked me in the bladder. Help me up. I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you can keep the baby to yourself before she's born.
So you're going to be the one that always wakes up with her in the middle of the night?
No, not all the time. I figured.
I see. You figured.
Well,
I'm teasing, Ben. Calm down.
What is there to eat in this house? What is that? Oh, Tory, what was this?
I think it's the curry.
When did we have that? Didn't we have it like 3 weeks ago?
No, I think it was 4. I think we ate it the night after we went to the Andersons. How does it smell?
Like it died 2 weeks ago, and it looks like a lab experiment. I didn't even recognize it as the curry.
Ew, gross.
So what's for dinner then? We've got a little bit of chicken and rice from last night, maybe a half a serving of vegetable wraps.
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers. We don't even have ground beef, let alone hamburger patties. Plus, that wasn't an option.
I know.
I was kind of hoping to stay in tonight because, anyway, I thought you said you wanted to eat healthy for your whole pregnancy so that you could get back to your pre-pregnancy weight easier.
Yeah, I know I said that, but cravings are stronger than goals that I set before I was pregnant.
You told me to keep you to your goal.
I was young and foolish then.
But...
Oh, come on. Let's just go to Bev's Diner for some cheeseburgers.
All right, then. I guess we're eating cheeseburgers for dinner. Go get your shoes on.
Oh, you're going to make me get my shoes before we go? That's cruel.
Well, I guess you'll just have to sacrifice something for your cheeseburger, huh?
I'll get my shoes, but you'll have to be the one who roll me out if I fall over.
Yeah, whatever.
Ooh, you know what else sounds good? An Oreo shake, a side salad with extra cheese and a root beer.
Ooh, would you like any fries with that?
Yes, please.
Jeez, Tori, you're going to make us go bankrupt. Are you sure you need all that food?
No, but Eloise does. Half of it's for her.
Uh-huh. All right. And that's all you're getting. Otherwise, we'll have to get a second mortgage on the house to pay the big honking hospital bill that's about to come our way.
Okay. Now let's go before I'm forced to eat the curry, and you do not want to see that.
Last year, June 14th, the Fengari home.
Ben,
What's going on?
I think the baby's coming.
Wait, really?
Really, I think my water broke. We need to get everything ready so we can go.
Right. Okay, our overnight bag is already packed because we packed that weeks ago just in case.
You don't have to remind me. Can we just grab it and go?
Yeah. I'm just running through my mental checklist. Let's see. Food is packed. We've got everything except toiletries. I'll go pack those quickly. I'll grab you some granola bars, trail mix to munch on.
I can't believe this is happening. I thought I was ready to have this baby out of me. I really want this baby out of me, but now I can't stop my mind from racing 1,000,000 miles per hour. What if my body doesn't do what it's supposed to do and I end up in the hospital for days in labor? What happens if I don't deliver it and have to have a C-section? What happens if I don't have enough energy to take care of the baby for the first little while? How do you change a diaper again? What if we have to buy those expensive, super sensitive diapers for she has sensitive skin? What if she has to...
Honey, you doing all right?
Considering that my body's trying to force a giant baby through a tiny opening, I'd say I'm doing all right. Here's another one.
All right. Let's get your shoes on and get you up to the car.
Well, hurry up. If I stay here any longer, I might give birth in bed or worse in the car.
June 14th, hospital delivery room.
Congratulations on your healthy baby girl. What is her name?
Eloise.
What a lovely name. 20 inches long and 8 pounds exactly. What a perfect baby.
Thank you. I always knew she would be.
How long will it be until we can take her home?
The nurse will go over your schedule after I leave. I cannot tell you how happy I am you have a healthy little girl. I have a patient to see now. Goodbye.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
doctor. Goodbye.
Okay, so in about half an hour, we'll move you to a recovery room where you will be spending the night. If anything is looking as healthy as it does now with Eloise, you'll be able to go home by early tomorrow morning.
Perfect.
I will leave you two alone to have some time before moving you over.
Thank you.
Oh, Ben, isn't she the cutest little thing you ever saw?
Yes, she is. She has your ears.
She has your mouth.
Oh, look, she is opening her eyes a little bit. Hello. Hello, Eloise.
Hi, baby. Oh, my sweet darling. We love you so much.
I do not think my heart could be any happier.
Mine either. I think I will really like this being a parent thing.
Yes, me too.
Present day, June 14th, Dr. Turner's office.
And then we took her home the next day. The end. That's the end. I'm doing just fine. I don't need therapy. Now, if you could sign that note my boss requested, that would be marvelous. Just remember to make it out to...
Mr. Jones, yes. I don't think that you're telling me the truth, Ben.
You think that I'm lying?
Yes, I believe that not telling the truth is lying, don't you?
Well, yeah, but why wouldn't I tell the truth?
Perhaps you're withholding information because it's too painful to recall.
There's no pain in my past. There's nothing wrong with me, nothing to be told.
Is there nothing wrong with you, or is there nothing to be told?
There's nothing wrong with me. And even if there was, why would I tell you?
Because you need to get better.
And what makes you think that I want to get better?
I can't imagine why you want to feel better than you currently do. It is obvious to me that you are not feeling happy. You haven't moved on from whatever happened, whether it was that night or any other day at any other time.
Well, maybe I don't deserve to feel better.
That remains to be seen. Let's call it a day.
Yes, let's.
I do have one question that I want you to answer truthfully. Just a short answer.
Okay, sure.
What day was your daughter born?
June 14th.
I see.
Now, can I get that note before I leave?
No, I'd like at least one more session to clear things up. We may be able to finish sooner rather than later if you are willing to accept that everything is not fine. I will be more than happy to listen to all you have to say, but I prefer the truth. And the truth can only come if you accept it, accept help, and move on.
But
think about it, Ben.
That same day, outside in Saul's car.
Hey, Saul.
Hey, how'd it go today?
Fine.
Where'd you get to today?
Today, we got through the delivery.
How fitting. Today being her birthday and all.
Right? Purely coincidence.
Must have been hard.
Yeah. It was impossible.
So did you tell her?
No, I didn't tell her.
Were you quiet the whole time?
No,
Well, that's good. What'd you talk about instead then?
nothing.
Well, I'm sure that's easier than talking about what really happened.
I lied.
Ah,
Yeah.
so are you going to tell her the truth?
I don't know. I'm thinking more about just stopping the therapy, quitting my job, and finding a new one.
Therapy can't be that bad.
It is that bad. Most days I try to forget anything even happened, but then to be forced to lay it all out on the table over and over.
Do you really want to forget them?
No.
Then stop trying to. The accident, the aftermath, all of it was terrible and beyond difficult. But that doesn't mean you have to forget it. It also doesn't mean you have to let it define your entire life.
Sure.
Ben, have I ever told you about my wife and kid?
Yeah, you said they passed away in a car accident. What about it? You couldn't have had anything to do with that.
Well, there was an accident, but it wasn't as simple as that.
So what happened?
I was a workaholic.
Really? I never knew. You didn't seem to work too much extra.
Well, I did. My wife didn't like it so much.
Hannah, right?
Right. Hannah. She was having a hard time at home with the kid, keeping Sam out of trouble and all. She pleaded with me to work normal hours at the office and not to work at home because Sam really needed me.
But you didn't, did you?
Now, I told her, I said, how are we supposed to pay the bills if the company goes under? If it fails, then I have to try to find another job. If I don't work, then there won't be a company. If there's not a company, I don't get paid. And if I don't get paid, we won't have a place to come home to.
Well, that seems reasonable. What did she say to that?
She said, if you don't start doing something here at home to help raise your child, then you won't have a place to come home to.
Ouch. That's kind of harsh, isn't it?
No, she had every right to say that. I wasn't taking my responsibility as a member of the family seriously. So it drove her away. One day I came home late. She warned me that she was going to leave with Sam. I didn't believe her. I told her so. After dinner, I went to the study and started working. I heard the door slam. So I hurried and tried to see what was going on. I heard her start to pull the car out of the driveway. When I ran out to the front yard, I saw her just in time to speed off with Sam.
Didn't you try to call her and tell her to come back?
I did. She answered the phone and just started yelling at me, telling me everything I'd done wrong. And in the middle of her telling me that I wasn't fit to be the father of our child or even her husband. I heard a crash and the call ended. I hopped in my car and I tried to find out where they were. I couldn't find them. About an hour later, I got a call from the hospital asking me to come in. I went in hoping to see Hannah and Sam with only a few bruises. I hoped that it was nothing more than a broken leg, but when I got there, they told me to sit down. They asked me to identify the bodies recovered from the crash, and they took me where they had Hannah and Sam. I immediately identified them. They were dead. They were dead, and I was the reason for it. They explained to me that there was one person in the other car that was seriously injured, and how was I supposed to forgive myself for that mistake?
That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. So, why are you telling me about this?
Because I found peace in my own way. I haven't let it define me. I realized that if I had just spent some more time with my family, that Hannah wouldn't have gotten so angry and left. And I wouldn't have called her, and there wouldn't have been a fatal crash.
Yeah, that was a pretty big mistake.
It was. But now I realize that I need to spend time with those I care about. I need to live my life to the fullest and let work just be confined to those 8 hours per day. Work is not worth dying for. But the people I love are. Now that I know that I can move forward, I have a good job. I went to therapy and I got myself back on track. So I'm here to tell you then, don't define yourself by your mistakes. Learn from them, yes, but don't beat yourself up over them. Tory and Eloise wouldn't want you to do that.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try to get better. I'll give therapy another shot, but only for Tory and Eloise, not for me.
That's good enough.
Present day, Dr. Turner's office.
You want to know the truth, do you?
Yes, the truth is always a refreshing point of view.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. We got in the car that night. We were driving to the hospital. We were about a block away when a drunk driver coming from the opposite direction started swerving. I knew I had to decide how to maneuver around him, but I froze, and in that moment of indecision, I sealed our fate. The guy crashed into us going really fast. Tory and I both blacked out. When we woke up,
Last year, June 14th, hospital.
How long has he been out?
About 16 hours.
Well, if he doesn't wake up in a few more hours, we should start him on the tubes.
All right, I'll come back in a bit to check up on him.
Tory?
Hey, Benjamin, is it?
Yes, where am I?
Benjamin, you've been in an accident. You were brought into the hospital. How are you feeling?
I can't really move a lot. My right arm hurts. My head hurts. My neck hurts. My right leg hurts. Where's my wife?
She's in another part of the hospital. What can you remember?
We were driving to the hospital because Tory went into labor. Tory, how is she? How's the baby? Please tell me they're all right.
Tory's not doing too well. But we're working to getting her stable. You were hit by a drunk driver. Both you and Tory were brought to the hospital in critical condition.
Can I go see her?
You can go see her when you've healed up a bit. Right now, it's better if we don't move you.
And how is our baby girl? This is the second time you've avoided answering me. So, how is our baby girl?
The baby was delivered in critical condition. After hours of trying, she couldn't be saved. Tory is in the post-delivery recovery room. We'll be transferring her closer to you tomorrow for recovery from the accident. I can give you a moment if you need.
Can I see my daughter?
We're keeping her downstairs until you and your wife can decide what to do.
I don't have to decide right now, do I?
No, we'll let you and Tory recover and talk about it before you finalize your plans. For now, we're focusing on both of your recoveries.
Okay.
Right now, we need to get you some food. Your blood sugar's low and your body's still in shock. I'll have the nurse bring you in something.
A couple of weeks later, hospital.
Here's your wife's room.
Thank you. Hey, you. How are you? How are you feeling? So, I was talking with the doctor and he said that we can leave tomorrow. They asked me what we want to do with her body. They told me to talk it over with you. What do you think we should do? I think we should take her to bury her close to family. We can arrange it, or the funeral home can. What do you think, Tory? Tory, I need you here right now. Tory, can you please just look at me? Look, I don't know why we were so unlucky, but we're here now, and there's nothing we can do but move on. Because if we just stay trapped in this moment forever, we'll fall into oblivion.
She's gone, Ben. Do you not care that my baby girl is dead? That she was killed? That poor little life that's been growing inside of me for 9 months, the one who we were only hours away from meeting. The little girl who should have been known as Eloise for 100 years after June 14th until she passed peacefully in her sleep. The little girl was ripped from our lives so suddenly and too soon. You may not care, but I knew her. I knew what she was supposed to be like, and she would have been wonderful then. She was going to be funny and smart. She was going to have brown hair like mine and blue eyes like you. And my dimples and your smile. She was going to love country music and learn to play the guitar. She was supposed to be our little girl. So can I just get a second to mourn the loss of my firstborn daughter and my first dead daughter? If not, I don't know how to carry on because, Ben, I just can't move on from this. My heart is broken. Isn't yours?
Of course it is. Maybe not as broken as yours, but I'm still sad for her passing.
Aren't you mad? Aren't you frustrated? Don't you feel betrayed by God? Do you feel anything more than sad?
No, because I can't afford to make any enemies right now. I can't make an enemy of the drunk guy by being mad at him, and I sure as all can't have God as my enemy because I counted my chickens before they hatched.
Oh, so now she's just an egg.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then what are you saying? She was ours and God went and ripped her away from us.
No. A maniac took her away. God kept us alive, and I'd like to figure out why with you. All right. Well, I'll go let the doctor know we want to bury our daughter ourselves for closure. It's been a few days, so we have to do something. You should probably start gathering your things. We can't afford another night here.
Present day, Dr. Turner's office.
And we left the hospital. had the funeral home come pick her up and prepare her for burial. Tory didn't come to the service, so it was just the funeral home employees and me out in the middle of the cemetery, lowering her little casket into the ground.
I'm sure that was really hard.
Yeah. It doesn't even begin to scratch the surface. But I didn't feel the mourning Tory felt. I was a brick wall. It didn't really hit me until about 6 months ago. But now I feel closer to Eloise than ever before. I hope I can move on from it. One of my friends gave me advice to not let it define my life. I think I'll try that.
That is some very sound advice, Ben. I'm so glad that you opened up to me about this. I'd say that's a big step forward. I still hope to see you come in and work through everything you need to. I'll sign that note now if you'd like me to.
Yeah, that might be helpful. I need to get back to work so I can help my roommate out with rent. He's been taking care of most of it these last couple months.
To Mr. Jones, then?
Yeah.
All right, here you are, Ben. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, I've got a few more things to talk about.
Last year, September, the Fengari home.
Hi. What are you doing here so early? You were supposed to get home after me today.
I quit my job.
Wait, you did what?
I quit my job, Ben.
Why did you do that? You know we have those medical bills to pay. You could have at least talked to me about it beforehand. I really would have rather talked about it with you before you made this decision that greatly affects our family.
Our family? It's just you and me, Ben, a married couple.
We're still a family. We don't have to have children to be a family.
Yeah, okay.
So why did you quit your job?
Because, Ben, I just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do what?
My job. I see kids come in every day. I have to interact with them. I hear them talk excitedly about boyfriends and dances and classes and activities. I hear them and I can't help but get sad that she won't get to do any of that, that we won't get to see her grow into that. I've lost my passion for teaching because I just can't get over it.
Eloise wasn't the last one. We can try again when you're ready.
Yes, she was the last one. We won't have any more. I don't think I'll ever be ready.
Why? Because you're too afraid the next one will end up the same way?
I don't think I could handle it, being pregnant again. I've been traumatized by the event. And you act like we just took out the garbage.
Eloise is not garbage. I'm the one who lowered her in. Don't you think I know she's not garbage? I think we need to get you in to see someone.
What, so they can fix me? So they can tell me my brain is messed up?
No, so you can learn to fix yourself.
What if I want to stay broken?
Why would you even say that?
Because I don't deserve to be whole. Not without her. Because from the moment we knew her name, there was a hole filled in my life that I didn't know was there before. Then she was ripped out of our lives so violently, and the chasm inside of me is keeping me from healing the way you have. I was the one who carried her, the one who gave birth to her, and you'll never understand what it was like to know her, to have her with you and have her whisked away and never to be seen alive again.
You're right. There isn't a way that I can understand that. But it isn't healthy to carry that emptiness around with you. How can I help you to be whole again?
There isn't a way. I'm just not ready to let go of her yet.
Nobody's saying you have to.
You are.
So here we are.
We are.
What are we going to do about our financial situation?
I don't know, but I can't go back to school. I can't handle it there.
Okay, so we'll find you another job.
Ben, I don't know that I can do any job right now. I need some time.
How much time?
I don't know, Ben.
How are we supposed to function and live then? I mean, we have the mortgage, we have hospital bills, we have the new car, we have so many financial responsibilities. We need that extra little bit of income to help. What's to keep us from going bankrupt?
I don't have the answers we need.
Well, neither do I. We don't have the funds we need, and my business doesn't have enough support to last without my constant attention. It's still fragile, and it needs my attention. We need a second income. How are we going to get that? What are you going to do in the meantime?
I haven't figured it out yet.
You have. Okay. So I guess I'll be working 2 full-time jobs and not ever see you.
I'm sorry.
You don't think Eloise dying has affected me too? Moving on has helped me to be able to move forward every day. Why won't you let me help you?
I just need some time to myself to process and recover.
Fine.
Where are you going?
To leave you to yourself. And I guess I'm going to look for another job while I'm at it.
Last year, October, the Fengari home.
Hey, Tory. What are you going to be doing today while I'm gone?
I don't know.
Well, I don't want you to see you sitting in the same spot today when I get home like you have been for the last month. You could tape up those boxes, take them out to the garage.
Yeah, sure. I'll work on that.
Okay. I love you. I'll see you after work today.
Yeah, love you too.
Later that same day, the Fengari home.
Tory, I'm home. Saul called me on the way home. He said he needed to come over to discuss the company finances. Oh, that's probably him now. Hey, come in.
Hey, sorry to come home on such short notice. I figured you wouldn't be busy right after work, and I knew you weren't coming in until Monday, so hope this is all right.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Let's sit down. I'll grab my laptop from the bedroom. All right. What do we need to discuss?
Well, it's October, so we're discussing last quarter's numbers.
It's October already? Holy smokes, it is.
Yeah, so I'll get the bad news out of the way first.
Bad news first. Ugh, come on, Saul. Give me something good to start off my weekend.
All right, good news first then. Good news number one, we achieved a quarterly high that surpasses all of last year's quarters individually
Well, that's excellent.
in revenue.
All right, so that means profit is up too, right?
That's the bad news.
Uh-oh.
Because of our push in the busy season, we spent more on supplies and labor than ever before. Plus, we had a lot of product returned from that defect we thought we had fixed. So we ended up in the red.
How much does that make since last year at this time?
Let me see. It's about $375,833, and they're in the red.
How much was it last October?
189,027 cents. That's an increase of 186,856 cents. About 49%, or about $15,566
Isn't there a way?
Unless we can make $282,000 by December, it's like 94,000 a month. Then no. The bank says we need to pay off at least 75% of the original loan without interest by then.
Well, that's hardly enough time.
Yeah, well, the way they see it, 5 years is plenty of time to turn a profit in the electronics business.
What are our options?
Well, we can pay it back or declare bankruptcy.
Can I think about it?
Of course. The sooner we decide, though, the less debt will accumulate. I'd recommend choosing by next Thursday before we have to order supplies for November.
All right. Thanks for letting me know.
No problem. See you Monday.
Okay. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
How could it be that much? Looks like I'll be closing down the business just like I said we would. If only Tory. No. No, it's just my failure of a product. I better go tell Tory maybe she's ready to go back to work. Hey, Tory. I just got done talking with Saul, and things are looking pretty bad for the company. We're probably going to have to declare bankruptcy. But I was thinking that if you're ready, you could go back to work, and then after we get a good schedule going, Saul and I could restart. We've got an idea of how to fix that pancake flipping thing, but really what I was going to ask is, Tory, since you said you've been feeling better lately, do you think you'd be ready to go back to work yet? Tory? Hey, Sleeping Beauty. Tory? Tory? Tory!
Present day, October, Ben and Saul's apartment.
Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't expect you back this early. I was just coming to come pick you up.
Nah, I decided to walk today. We got done early.
Well, it's pretty cold outside.
I don't mind. It's a beautiful day, and it's not a super long walk.
Nice. So, are you done with therapy?
Yeah, I think I might go back in every once in a while when I'm feeling really down, but I think I can do the next little bit on my own.
Well, you don't have to do it all on your own. Remember, you got me.
Sure.
So, what you talk about today?
Tory's death.
Was it hard?
Yeah, it was hard, but I felt almost peaceful about it. As we've been going along, Dr. Turner has been helping me process Eloise's death. And I was able to move on from Tory's death as well. I wonder if this is what closure feels like.
Seems like closure to me. Dr. Turner seems to be the right fit.
For sure. But now comes the really hard part.
What's that?
My job.
What? Whoa, why are you quitting? You plan on getting another job, right? I can't pay all these bills by myself, you know.
Calm down. I'm not getting another job. I'm starting a career.
Oh, starting a career. And what would that be, pray tell?
I was thinking of starting a business with my old business partner and best friend.
Phil from accounting?
Yeah, you guessed it.
Well, sweet. What's the product?
A fully automated chef system.
When do we start?
We can start right now if you'd like. I've got some ideas on how to fix the trajectory of that flipping arm.
We'd
That's the Ben Fengari I know. Let's get to it.
like to recognize those who made this show work. First of all, our actors. Keaton Duersch as Ben Fengari. Jordan Lockwood as Tory Fengari. Aiden Bird as Saul and the Doctor. Dylan Seeley as Dr. Turner and the nurse. Second, huge thanks to Jordan Lockwood for editing the video. And I'm Adam Rusch, the director, playwright, and stage manager. And I also read the settings. Thank you for joining us in Dark Side of the Moon. Good night.